Hello, it's your girl Paula Marie. Hello, it's your girl Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva. So this is the second time I've done this. I did this with my private coaching clients the last week in December, and I do this every year. So some of the things that you'll see me do, these are just things that I do all the time consistently because these are the things I can teach blindfolded. The reason why I feel like it's super important for you to understand what your year looks like is because it helps you to organize time. And that's something that a lot of my clients, they feel like they're running on all cylinders. They're just moving and going through a task list of things, but they're not really organized in their time. We've got to start to really compartmentalize what makes us money and how do we get there and how much time does it take for us to get there. So in order for that to happen, you've got to look at your whole entire timeline to see what do you have the capacity to do? Because there are things that you may not have the capacity to do now, but it's something that's on your list. An example of that is my Black Friday intensive. I wanted to do a Black Friday intensive in 2020. I figured out in 2020 when I did the workshop, and I've done the workshop like every year. The workshop is always like 3 hours long. It's a lot. Okay, a lot of information in 3 hours. And I realized that people cannot absorb that much information and implement to success. So I said in 2020, I should have made this like a 4-week or 8-week or something, but I didn't have time to implement it in time and launch it. So I put it on my list, right? And then in 2021, when I outlined my year, I knew that I was going to have to make space for this. This was a product I needed to make space for, and built out an 8-week. It was an 8-week, but it actually ended up being a 12-week because I give so much. So we had Q&As, we had reviews, we had check-ins. I gave them private sessions with me at the end because I just wanted to make sure that you got it and that you understood what your goals were. But it worked out. So everything that's on your list doesn't have to fall into your plan for that year. It could be that this is something and I organize it on the list of things to do, and that's what I want to do. So make sure that when you're planning, that you understand that 100% of everything that you want to do will not make it on your calendar. And it's okay. You will be okay with that, okay? So I promise to you today that we're going to shift the mindset of your business. We're going to shift the mindset of how you look at your business and how you look at generating revenue. We're also going to work on goal setting, and we're going to use the SMART goal for that. And we're also going to use the success tracker, which is actually the money plan that I gave you. So some of you are brand new to me. I'm just learning you in this boot camp. So I'm going to do a quick overview of who I am, because some of y'all are like, who is this chick and what qualifies her to even talk to us about this thing? I'm sipping from my Problem Slayer cup. So I'm a mother. So I actually found out last night this was taken last year at the beach, and we went to the beach with my friend. I've been friends with her for 30 years. We met in college. Her family does a huge trip every year. And last year they invited us to go, and this year they invited us to go. So we'll be doing that again. But I'm a mother. My boy's 17. He graduates in the spring, but we're done with school. He finished the whole semester early. So he is working and living his 17-year-old life. And he's a baby senior because he's only 17. He doesn't turn 18 until September. I am a business visibility coach. I help my clients to get visible in 3 ways. Now, let's be clear. This is so much bigger than Pinterest, but it's inclusive of Pinterest as well, right? Imaging. How do you show up visually in a way that attracts your ideal clients directly to you? We know that Imaging is what stops the scroll. So when it comes to Pinterest, your images are going to be everything because you show up in front of a feed of so many other images. And when you're head and shoulders next to other pieces of content, what's going to make people click on yours is the first instinct that comes with their imaging. SEO, keyword optimization and usage, so you can get found. Nobody is going to know anything about your business and what you do if you do not show up when they search, period. So we've got to make sure that we do that. And video, I know some of you aren't comfortable with video. You're in luck. I'm super comfortable with video. So, and there are different ways to use video. And I teach you how to do that because in Pinterest world, we have idea pins and we have video pins, but also we can repurpose these on different platforms as well. We have the TikToks and we have Reels and we have stories and we have YouTube. So get comfortable on camera, but also using video in different ways on different platforms. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have a business coaching line, the EbonyBizDiva. I'm also a fitness professional, been a fitness professional for over 20 years. I actually just left my job working for a local government agency where I was the fitness manager there for almost 9 years. I left a week before my 9th year anniversary with them, where I create programming, fitness programming, hire fire instructors, all that good stuff. I live in the DMV, but I'm originally from North Carolina. And I'm a two-time, I gotta change it. I'm a two-time best-selling author. So I have authored 2 books. So I'm excited for you, Phyllis, because people are underrating publishing, self-publishing on Amazon. Anything that gets you seen that you can use as a resource and position yourself as the expert is where you need to be. And writing a book, being an author, having some material and collateral out in the world that showcases you and your talents, regardless if it's on Amazon or not, is going to get you there. So I do not, I don't have any shade for anybody who does that, but I've heard it a lot lately, and that's not the world I live in. I don't live in that world. My drug of choice is coffee, y'all. I gotta have a fresh cup of coffee every day, but this is actually tea, because I am a North Carolina girl. So this is my ginger and mint tea, and I had a little slices of turmeric in there as well. And that's what I sip on. It stays on my stove from the fall to the spring on low all day. I also have a business called Paula's Whip, where I make handmade butters and oils for your hair and your skin. And I've been making that product for, it's really been 30 years. I started in college and just making it for myself, and now I sell it. I'm a reality TV nut. I love reality TV. It's how I decompress. So somebody would say, what's your hobby? Watching reality TV. Okay. And I have a podcast that I will be reaching out to you if you're interested in being showcased on the podcast, called Black Girls Do Have Amazing Superpowers, because it's important for us to highlight who we are, and it's important for us to be on a platform that's evergreen, and that is definitely one way. And as I said before, I've been a fitness manager and Pilates trainer for over 15 years. So that's who I am in a nutshell. I'm also a Pinterest expert, and I got into Pinterest through my Etsy shop. And this is the first time I took a screenshot. It's about 1.5 years old, but this was the first time I looked at my screenshot and realized the reach that I had with Pinterest. And this is through my handmade product line, Paula's Whip. And 17,000 pairs of eyes saw my content. Like, they saw my content. I don't know 17,000 people. So the reach that you have on Pinterest, and the evergreen reach where your content can continually pop up because it doesn't die, is super powerful. That's why we must be very strategic about the content we place on the platform to make sure that we are always relevant and relative to the pain points of our clients when they search for us on Pinterest. Now, I work with you in 3 different ways to increase your visibility. That's through your content, to grow your tribe. I talked about that earlier. That's through your audience, and to increase your sales, which is the revenue that you generate. This is how we're tracking this year. And I want you to think about this because the money plan is going to help you track, right? Increase your visibility. The more people you get in front of, the more you can grow your tribe, the more you can pull them into your own home, your own website, right? Your own email list, right? And once you get them to like, know, and trust you in that way, then you can increase your sales. So that's the trajectory of how that thing moves through space. Now, this is my proverb that I switched around for me. And this is specific to my demographic. Give a woman a fish and she'll eat for a day. Teach a woman to fish and she'll eat for a lifetime. My goal is to teach you the principles so that you know enough to either do it yourself or outsource it. You cannot outsource what you don't know. I'm gonna say that one more time. You cannot outsource what you don't know. And this is why a lot of times you outsource things and you're unhappy with the result because you did not know enough about the thing you outsourced to clearly communicate what you wanted and needed and required. So my goal is to teach you enough so that you can either do it yourself or outsource it. And I create problem slayers because problem slayers attract clients. So I'll refer to you as a problem slayer. You'll see my EbonyBizDiva logo on the bottom, but at the top is my Black Girls Do Pilates too, because as problem slayers, I not only want you to focus on the problems that you have inside of your client base and how you slay the problems of your ideal clients, I want to slay some problems for you as well. I want you to be very powerful in how you show up for yourself. I want to eliminate the time that it takes for you to put yourself first, to eat well, to be healthy, nutrition, fitness, wellness, mental. That's what I do inside of the Problem Slayer Academy. And that is the difference between my group coaching program, is that we focus on a mind, body, business model where we talk about all these things. So who do you serve? How do you serve them? And what benefits do you deliver? Now, I'm going to tell you something. It should be one sentence for each. If you got to give me a whole dissertation about who you serve, how you serve, and what benefits you slay, I'm telling you, cut it. If it takes you that long, people are going to zone out after the 5th word. People are like this. They want the information in bullet points, and you've got to niche down on that thing. So I want you to answer those questions, right? Take out a sheet of paper and answer those questions. Who do you serve? One sentence, right? How do you serve them? One sentence. What benefits do you deliver? One sentence. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Who do you serve? I serve entrepreneurs who are new or stuck in growing and building their authentic visual brand voice. How do I serve them? I do that by helping them to focus on 3 areas: imaging, video, and SEO. What benefits do I deliver? I deliver consistency, quality, in shaping how you show up to attract your ideal clients more easily. That's it. That's it. So one sentence for each. One sentence for each. All right. So who do you serve? How do you serve them? What benefits do you deliver? All of these can be answered by making sure that you're connected with the things that your clients are asking for. Inside of the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp, we talked about this on day 1 inside of the bootcamp. So if there's anyone who wants access to that, just send me an email at ebonybizdiva@gmail.com and I can get you access inside of the community. You have lifetime access. So once you join the bootcamp group, every time I teach it, reteach it, you're a part of that. So it further cements your understanding, and it helps you to touch it more and more and more and more. So again, problem slayers are a person who slays problems all day with their products and services. That's what problem slayers are. I create this not only inside of the Academy for my group coaching program, but also inside of Pinterest, because we're talking about getting really clear and specific about what your clients are saying they are experiencing in terms of problems and issues. What are they looking for solutions for? And how do your products and services show up in terms of those solutions and answers? So let's talk about the tools. I also have a planner, and inside of the planner, it helps you to get really strategic about your marketing. You can find that on Amazon, but here's just a little snippet of what's inside. I talk about content deadlines. I talk about social media headlines, right? If we have 4 weeks in a month, we should not have 15 million social media headlines. We should be focused on one thing for the month, and the headlines should be wrapped around and organized around that one thing. So we've got to get really linear about that. And you can always grab that if that's an additional planner that you like. I actually have it here. I was just about to take these home, but as you can see, it's very thin. It's 14 months. Inside of the planner too, you'll see right in here the mind body boost, because I want you to write out what's important to you in terms of your health, your mental, your fitness, your wellness. I need you to write that out. I'm going to take a walk today. I'm going to go to aerial yoga today. I did that last weekend for my birthday. I want you to plan out one thing each week inside of your week, inside of your month, so that you focus on yourself in order for you to enjoy the business that you're growing and building for yourself. So it gives you a ton of ways to do that. And then I gave you a link to the money plan, and the money plan looks like this. Make sure that you download your own copy. It's on my Google Drive. So I want you to download the copy. Please do not just start typing in my copy. Don't do that, okay? Just save your own copy. So let's start with these. I want you to take out your planner. I'm going to set the timer to 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes, because you should know this off the cuff, right?
Where can I find the planner? I went in just now to download it.
Hold on, Khadijah. Hold on, let me pause. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the planner. The most important thing in your annual planner is you taking care of yourself, making sure that you put you, your family, and what's important for you and your family first. This is how we take care of our mind, our bodies. This is how we reset our spirit. This is how we refresh. You cannot build a business without those times to recharge. And how many times as an entrepreneur has someone said to you, you're always working. You're always working. Like your partner's saying, you're always working. Your kids are saying, you're always working. Your family saying, you're always working. Your friends, you can never do anything because you're always working, right? So I want you to put down the big rocks in your life first, because you're planning your business so you can enjoy the life that you want. So I'm going to set the timer to 2 minutes. All right, and we're going to start now. So the next thing we're going to work on is planning out your family time. Planning out, do you have family reunions? Do you have a family trip? I just told you that I have a family trip that I'm going on. It ain't my family, but they asked me to go, so it's it's blocked out, right? Plan out your family time. Plan out the time with your friends, that girls trip that you've been meaning to do, but you've never had the time because you did not forecast it in enough time. Plan that baby out, okay? Because once you plan it out, it's etched in stone. I have dates etched in stone the last weekend in March, right? The last weekend in March, I have time etched out for, actually, it was actually a week before. And somebody asked me to do a event here locally in the DMV. I looked at the calendar and I had my girlfriend trip on there. It's just me and my friend, right? So before I said yes to the event, I texted her and I said, hey, is it okay if we move our trip to the following week? And she said, sure, right? I'm honoring the time. I'm honoring my commitment, and I'm still able to get it in. And then I went back and said, yes, I can attend your event here locally. So this is how we keep things organized and not compounding obligations. So friends and family, this is important. We haven't even touched business yet. I hope you realize that. We haven't even touched business yet because the first important thing is you, right? So we got to focus on us first. The business will come, but focus on yourself first. So I'm going to set the timer, 2 minutes. Let's start. All righty, so we've etched out our family time, right? So now I want you to think about those 1 to 3 sales blocks that are in your business. So for me, my sales blocks are the things where I am actively enrolling, or I'm actively selling, or I'm actively launching. So you've got to plan that out, because a good launch is going to take you at least 6 weeks if you do it right. You can launch in 2 weeks, but there's some behind the scenes nurturing that has to happen before you actually say, hey, I got this thing I want you to buy. So you've got to plan those 1 to 3 blocks, right? What are the big things that you're going to be selling? So right now, my focus is on the Problem Slayer Academy. So everything that I do is focused towards enrolling people into the Problem Slayer Academy. That's going to be open until the end of February. And so everything that I'm doing from that time frame, I know I'm only talking about the Problem Slayer Academy. Like that's what I'm doing. I also know that I'm also talking about my retreat in Puerto Rico. There's going to be a hard block of time where I am going to be really talking about how do we get into that, right? These two events kind of overlap because of the timing, and that can be very difficult. So if you can plan things that don't overlap, that's going to be your best friend, because it keeps you from creating anxiety and tension and stress. But you want to plan those sales blocks. I will say there was no sale block for the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp, because I looked at my calendar and said, I don't really have enough time to really sell it. So I'm just going to open it up to my own community, and I'm going to do it as a refresher. So that was how I did it. The next time I do the bootcamp, there will be a 2-week block where all I talk about is the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. And inside of that block is where I start to plan my emails and my Clubhouse rooms and my lives on Facebook and YouTube and my emails to my tribe. So I know that it takes me a 2-week window before the boot camp, which means I need to get all of those things in alignment. And that's what we do inside the academy, is that we block all that time out. So I give you like the 52-week plan for your emails. And I give you like all of the other supporting things that you're going to do. We talk about it. We talk about the Instagram lives. Do they work? Do they not? If they didn't work, then we're not doing that this year. We're just not doing it. How are we showing up on Pinterest? It's a search engine. So we can't show up on Pinterest the day before an event. You got to plan that thing out. So this is where I want you to talk about your blocks of time that you're going to be actively selling. Now, mind you, if you are on vacation, you have a girls' trip, right? You cannot be actively selling unless you automate. And you can't automate without the plan. So if you see some things, like I actually have moved some things around because it interfered with my personal life. So I really wanted to just enjoy what that looked like this year. We've got 52 weeks in a year. Everything ain't got to happen on the same week. Just doesn't. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes on this, because this is going to be a little bit more detailed, because you've got to plan blocks of time, right? You've got to plan. And what I want you to do is say, okay, my next Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp is going to be in February, and I'm going to block out that week, right? But also, I'm doing an event in August. I'm going to block out that week, right? That's just an example, because August is my down week. So it's my down month. I don't do a lot in August. Yeah. I will tell you, the Black Friday Intensive launches in September. So everything that I do in August is going to be about Black Friday, because I'll be adding my 10 people inside of the intensive. I only work with 10 people. That's like my max when it comes to coaching and things like that. So I'm going to stop sharing and hold on. And then I'm going to set the timer. And go. Let me resume.
Maybe
All
something else will
right, so
come.
let's go back and we're gonna go into, we did the plan the sales blocks, right? These are things that is internal in your business, what you're creating and what you're launching, right? No more than 3, because anything over 3, it's gonna diminish the time that you have to have a quality launch. It will diminish it. And also, if you know that you have your own launches planned, right, then you will be very skeptical and more aware of when you get opportunities for other launches to come your way, other collaborations. And also, if those collaborations aren't in alignment with what you've etched out for yourself, then you'll know instantly if it's a good thing. It might be a great opportunity, but it isn't in alignment with what I'm working on. And that's okay. So making sure you're dedicating time to your calendar and to your business and to yourself first before you add on the outside stuff. So the next thing is, I want you to plan 1 to 4 email list building events. Now, I told you this before when we first started. If you don't have an email, you ain't got a business. You do not have a business just because you got a lot of followers on Instagram. If you don't have a way to funnel people off Instagram onto your email list, you do not have a business, because they just like you. That's the hype, right? But the love and the light is when they actually land on your email list. And so we've got to create 1 to 4 email list building events. So for example, I did a Clubhouse room the other day. I just kind of had some time before I jumped onto my own personal coaching session. And I said, oh, they're talking about affiliate marketing. I have an affiliate program, so let me jump on here. And one of the girls that I met on Clubhouse, that's kind of like my Clubhouse sis, because we run in packs. So when she see me, she pulled me up on stage. When I see her and I'm on stage, I pull her up on stage. So I got about maybe 10 people like that, and that's how we roll, right? So she was on stage and she pulled me up. And I listened and I let them go through their flow. I didn't interject. A lot of times people will make the mistake because they want to show what they got really quickly and position themselves as the expert. I listened. I respected the room. I respected the space, right? And I took in what they were saying, because I'm also always a sponge. I want to learn. And then she called me up and I talked about not only my affiliate program for my coaching products, but I also am an affiliate for the tools that I use, like the WebinarKit link that I placed in the chat. That WebinarKit, I am an affiliate for. And I believe in WebinarKit. I've been using it for 1.5 years now. I love me some WebinarKit. So I talk about it everywhere I go. And I reap the benefits of being an affiliate because I use it, right? She hit me up. She's got some email list building events that she wanted me to look at. She's got 3. 2 of them fit me. So she had her application already. I submitted the application. I submitted the information. She became an affiliate for my coaching programs. She added me to her affiliate marketing list because she has a list. So every time she does a room, she has that list as a resource and I'm on it. That 45 minutes, that one time that I spent 45 minutes just being a sponge led me to an email list building event. So I looked at the dates, and one of the dates interferes with one of the things I'm launching. So I said, I can't do it. I looked at my calendar, I can't do it. But I said, I can do this event. And when you get the date for this event, I'm all in, because it's a fitness event. It's a health and wellness event. So I'm in 2 email list building events for the year. An email list building event can be going on the Clubhouse. An email list event, it may be getting on someone else's platform, going into their Facebook group and actually presenting, giving value. It could be also doing a summit. It could be creating your own summit. This is a way for you to grow people on your list. You're not selling anything. You're usually giving something away on the list, to get them on your email list, right? It also could be, this is an email list building event. It really is, because it is a bonus that was already involved in the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. That's a done deal. Okay, this is just extra because their bonus gets me live for 3 days, and it also gets the 2 bonus sessions, one from yesterday and the one that goes out tomorrow. That's their VIP. I just threw this in for gravy. This is a free event. It got you on my email list if you weren't already. So you want to plan 1 to 4 email list building events, right? And if you need help with how do I create an email list building event, I can definitely help you with that. We can schedule some time and talk about it, but you don't want to have any more than 4, and you do want to space these things out. The reason why is because the email list event should be like a month before the thing that you launched, right? Should be the month before the thing that you launched. Or it could be within the 30-day window after you launch, because you're still hot talking about that thing. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes for that, and you don't have to come up with 4. And I strongly advise you not to. Okay. The reason why is because the more you show up, the more opportunities people will present to you to become a part of their email list building event. So you want to make sure that you give that. I will tell you that being an affiliate for me is an email list building event, because inside of the portal that I use, when you share the affiliate link for someone to purchase any of my products, there's a window inside of the portal where you can place a freebie. So everybody who uses your link that signs up, they're going to get access to your freebie as well, which gets them on your list. A lot of people don't know that. So it's one of the reasons I chose that platform. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes. I'm going to pause. And alrighty, so planning 1 to 4 email list building events. This is for your online business. This is to grow and add people onto your email list. It could be a summit. It could be a Facebook workshop that you do. You can go live on Facebook for 5 days and have the call to action be for people to log into your funnel to join your email list to get discounts on yada, 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 or to join your SMS list. You want to make sure that you have access to people on your list, because when they are only on the social media platform, you have no access. You don't know if they saw your email or not. You don't know if they saw your live. You don't know if they clicked on anything. But when you're inside of your email list builder, I can go in and specifically say, hey, Khadijah, you actually got the email on the 17th, but you didn't click on it. Or I can say, Latoya, you got the email and you clicked on it, okay, but I don't know what happened after that. And so to have the analytics from your email, a good email platform is going to be your best friend, because it also is going to help you to be able to see what's working, what's not working. And that's going to be your bridge between connecting with your clients so that they can continue to be nurtured. And so you can sell within your email list, because that's where the money resides. Now, list building examples are giveaways, telesummits, JV partner launches, large Facebook or paid ad spends. I'm about to do a huge affiliate program. That's also a great list builder. And I'm going to do an event with just my affiliates when it comes to the launch of the Puerto Rico Wellness Retreat in July. So I'm excited about that. Plan sponsorships, speaking, and business events that require travel. Think about this. Have you been asked to speak where you're going to travel, or are you going to a business conference, right? Hold on, I've got to cough for a second. I don't want to cough in your All right, this is important. I know that for me, I have my wellness retreat in July. That is a business event, right? I know that I also am traveling to Atlanta in September. I went to this conference last year. I will be at this conference this year. All right. Um, I only have room for one more event, and that has to be a paid event. I will not, I have an event that I'm hosting. I have any conference that I am a member of, and I'm going to. Now I have room on my calendar for one more event. That will be 3 that require me to travel. That's it. 3 times for my business, and that's it. Because I know what I'm launching. I know what my personal time looks like, and I know what my business commitments look like. So that's all. If I stay within that, it gives me time to breathe and be amazing. So I'm only going to give you 2 minutes to pause for that. And maybe you've already placed some of these items down, but anything that requires you to travel, and take into consideration the travel, take into consideration the packing. So you can't be launching something and going live on Thursday and then flying out on Thursday. Like you could. I've done it. I've done it. Like I literally did one clubhouse room. I was an affiliate for a program. We did one clubhouse room together, and I ended up being the highest affiliate for that particular program. I don't even know how I did it. I made like $2,000 off of that, my affiliate fees that day, just for that 1 hour. So you can do it, but I'll never do that again. I went live in my Facebook group. I did a live on Clubhouse. I had a meeting for work, and then I left at like 4 o'clock to fly out at like 8. I'll never do that again, ever. I'm going to sleep in late. I'm going to relax. My bags are going to be by the door, and I'm not going to have work when I get ready to leave. The last time I went on a business trip, I actually moved. I moved that day. Okay. I was still like up at 3 o'clock in the morning rearranging stuff. I had to be at the airport at 6 to get to Atlanta. I will never do that again. Never. So plan the travel, the going and the coming, the cushion around the actual business event that you're doing. Okay. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to work on that. Word. All righty. So we plan all our sponsorships, speaking, business events that require travel. I don't recommend you do more than 3 if you're not used to traveling. And the reason why is traveling is very tiring. So remember to have a cushion before to prepare. Remember to have a cushion after you get back. So that means you've got to have some free days and some free spaces in order to prepare. So now let's get into where the money resides. I want you to write out what your revenue goals are, right? And I want you to think about what is it for 2022. And then I want you to dream. I don't want you to project. I want you to dream about in 3 years. And then I want you to dream again in 5 years. How old will you be? If you have children, where will your children be? Where will your family be in 5 years? What do you want your life to look like? And what is the revenue that's required in order to live that life? This is your personal dream. I'm not going to ask you to reveal it, but I want you to write it down so you have it and you see it. You have it, right? And so your business needs these to grow. You need clarity in the messaging, your clients, and your pricing, right? Who you serve, how you serve them, and what benefits you deliver, right? You need clarity in that. It's not a whole lot of words. You also need to, and let me, before I go to 2, let me go back to pricing. Your pricing may change as you grow and evolve as an entrepreneur in your business, right? Your pricing may change when we get into this money plan in a minute, okay? You need to leads that come in consistently. That's through the funnel. So if you don't have that, that's something that we definitely are working on now inside of the Problem Slayer Academy. Their homework from this week's session is cultivating leads. And we're going to be doing that for the entire 6 months of the program and adding throughout. But we started with how do we attract our clients? So if you're not getting consistent leads, let's talk about the Problem Slayer Academy, because that's something that that is important, period. How do we measure it? Ability to convert those leads into buyers. That comes from how you nurture them, how you finesse them, right? We spend a whole month on how to finesse your email list, a whole month on that. You're going to be practicing the verbiage that you learned today. I'm sorry, this month in the Problem Slayer Academy, the verbiage that you're learning this month, you're going to learn how to use those words. Even those of you that are inside the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp, you're going to take the language that you learned in day 1 of the bootcamp and how to finesse those leads into buyers, right? A team to support you as the leader and create consistency. We do that inside of the academy, and a clear and focused plan of action. You got to have a plan. Let's create the plan. What difference will it make in your life when I achieve this goal? So when you're able to do all of these things, clarity in your message, leads that come in consistently, the ability to convert those leads into buyers, a team that you can go to that will support you and build consistency as in a business coach, clear and focused plan of action. When you can do all of this, what difference will it make in your business? Your finances, your money, your emotional well-being, your legacy, your family, your relationships, your health, spiritually, future potential. What difference will it make in your business? Pick one and answer. Pick one and write it down. And then we're going to talk about it. Right. Yeah. So making sure that all of these things are in place are going to help you to be able to grow all of these things at the bottom. And if you notice, your life and your business, they're all intertwined. They're not separate. So make sure that you are aware that your business isn't separate from your family. Your business isn't separate from your emotional well-being. Your business isn't separate from your health. Your business isn't separate from your relationships. All of it affects each other. So when all of this happens, right, and your business is growing, then all of this is flowing. I'm going to say that again. When you use these to grow your business, then your business allows all of these things to flow. So we're going to use SMART goals. SMART goals are important because the way that you are to create goals, they have to be specific, measurable, achievable, or attainable, realistic, or timely. So when I talk to you, I ask a lot of questions because sometimes we talk in fluff. We don't get to it, right? Part of that's because I'm a Capricorn. That's how we go. But I need you to be very specific. I need to know how is it going to affect your family for the better? Like specifically, how is it going to affect your family for the better? I need to know how can we measure this? How long is your goal? How long is it going to take you to get to that point, right? I need it to be a goal that you can achieve. Can you get to that goal within that point? Is it possible? Is it realistic, right? Realistic or relative means that the goal needs to be something that is attainable, right? And then timely, we got to put some time measures on it, which is why we have the calendars. You're writing things down because writing it down makes it timely. You know that this is what I'm doing with my time. Honoring time is going to help you to achieve your goals quicker. When you don't have an end date or a designated time, usually goals don't get done. We don't reach them. So we want to make sure that we're using the SMART goals. So let's craft a SMART goal. I'm actually, and this is an example of my SMART goal. By January 1, 2023, I would like to grow my YouTube channel to 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours. Now, because I'm analytical, you'll see that I need 40, let me move this out the way so I can read. I need 43 followers a month or 250 per quarter. Now, if I did an email list building event where I had a video tutorial and people had to watch that video tutorial, and I just need 250 people to follow me, and that's going to be one of the things that they do is follow me. How quick would I be able to get that, to hit that goal? And I wanted, yeah, I wanted to align this with what we've done already. So we've already said we're going to do like 1 or 2 email list building events. If my goal is to grow my channel, then my email list building event should be wrapped around this goal of growing my YouTube channel. So I've got to use my YouTube channel in some way with the influx of people that are coming into my email, right? I've got to get 33 watch hours a month, 333 watch hours a month. So if I am posting content in my email list where I link a YouTube video, how does that grow my watch hours? Right? So these are not separate. These are connected goals, right? So I want you to think about the things that you actually posted inside of your calendar that you've planned out that you're going to do, and just create a goal that you've had. Now, I'll tell you, this was my goal last year as well. And I'm going to be very honest. I was hard in the paint until April. And then, you know, I got my COVID shot and I got comfortable and I started traveling. And that was that. So it's my goal again. Because again, if you don't achieve a goal one time, you got to analyze why it didn't work. And then you've got to be a little bit stronger in that goal. Yeah. A little bit stronger in that goal. So I'm going to pause and give you a couple of minutes to. So how does this connect with your clients? Who do you serve? I'm going back to my goal, right? By January 1, 2023, I would like to grow my YouTube channel to 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours. How does this connect with my clients? I need you to ask yourself this question, right? Who do you serve? Creative entrepreneurs in need of systems and strategies, because that's what I teach. How do you serve them? Through video trainings on these systems and strategies, right? What benefits do you deliver? Education, let me move myself, I can't read. Education on time and money saving solutions for their business. So remember earlier, I put the link in the chat for both WebinarKit, which is a way that you can create video on Evergreen. And it's a one-time, that's it. You pay one fee, you're it. You got access to it for the life. And then there's also ConvertKit, which is another email system that you can use, and they have a free option. Now, I have the paid option, but you can do a lot with the free option, and it's very reliable. And their systems are incredible, and their educational platforms. So how do you deliver? That's what I'm good at. I'm good at saying, hey, what do you need? Let me show you how you can get started for free or little money. So that's how I connect with my clients. I am going to increase visibility through the content I create on YouTube. I'm going to grow my tribe with clear call to actions, because I'll be seeing my ideal clients come to watch my video content. And once I get them on my email list, then I'm going to be able to finesse them and nurture them through my emails to increase sales. So this slide never goes away. So the mindset is take massive action, try often. That's why I say test, 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 fail often. Who cares if it didn't work the first time? Do it 2 times, do it 5 times, do it 10 times. The more you do it, the better you get. Work consistently. Don't stop and start. Remember, you have a goal. Stay focused and disciplined. That's why we have the calendar. That's why we're honoring our time. And be kind to yourself and give yourself grace, because you need to make sure that you understand that it's not going to hit oftentimes the first time. Yeah. So there are 5 ways to connect with your audience, and this is actually a YouTube video. So if anybody wants that, I'll put it in the chat when we take our next break. This is a way that I increase. Hey, I'm trying to get to my watch time and my watch hours, right? But you want to create content that entertains, inspires, educates, and is interactive and personable, right? These are the 5 ways we create content. These are the 5 things that we do when we use email. These are the 5 things we show up online with. These are the 5 ways that we live, so that you're not just selling, selling, selling. So you want to change your voice little by little, right? So I'll place the video to this inside. And then we can entertain through reels. This is the video content, inspire through testimonials, and educate through the tutorials on what is needed and requested. You can be interactive and ask questions on Reels, TikToks, and just regular posts. And then now we're going to take all of that and we're going to go into our quarterly goal setting. So open up your money plan. Open up your money plan. Let me get mine out. All righty. So does everybody have their money plan out? I'm gonna switch.
I don't have mine because
you can watch. You can watch.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. And we're going to do 2 things inside of this money plan. I'm going to give you about a 10-minute window in order to get that done. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yep. All righty. So I'm going to share my money plan real quick. And this would have been inside of your email, your first email that said you're in. You're going to see the link for your money plan. All right. So this is what it looks like. It's an Excel spreadsheet. The reason why I like Excel spreadsheets is because money don't lie. The way you add and subtract money don't lie. It just don't. So listen, I want you to tell me what your target income is for the month, for the year. Sorry. So remember, we had a couple of slides ago where I said, how much do you want to make this year? In 3 years? In 5 years? So I want you to take that number and I want you to position it right here. Right? Now, this will come. Don't worry about this. This is going to automatically change. Don't touch it. Don't change it. The thing about Excel spreadsheets is when you start like deleting, you mess up the actual formulas. And if you don't know how to convert those formulas, you'll be just adding and plugging them in manually. So it's already slated for this. This is going to automatically populate what you put in here. So now we get to my services, right? So this is going to be all of the things that you have. Now, if you have a product-based business, I want you to etch it out in broad strokes. So instead of doing like, for me, I have body butters, or I call them butters, because you can use them on your hair and your skin universally, right? So I have butters, I have oils, I have scrubs, I have boxes, and I have bundles, right? So I'm going to list those here, right? And I'm going to list how much I want to make per month with each of these, right? So if I have 10 people to buy them at $25, right? Then that means I'm going to make $250 off of that for the month, right? Right? So I want to make sure that you line it up the way that you need to break it down first for your product or your service. It's going to give you this number and etch it out for the year. So let me go back to this one example. If I have butters at $25 a month, right? And I have 10 people that pay for this amount, right? This is going to be 25. And for the month, I'm going to get 250. And if I replicate that for the year, I'm going to get whatever 250 times 12 is. So that's what that's going to look like. So going to keep this at 10. We change this to butters, right? It's going to give me 25. That changed to 250, and that's going to yield me 3,000, right? So all I need to focus on is 10 people a month buying butters. That's it. I don't have to sell like all of my products at an exponential. I just need that. And I would do the same thing for the oils. And I would probably do like maybe 5, and it's an average. I would stick to like my average size because I have multiple sizes. So the average size for the butters is what I would sell. So I would need to know, do my 4 ounces sell? Do my 8 ounces sell the most? Or do my 12 ounces sell the most? For the most part, my 8 ounces sell the most. So, excuse me. So that would be what I would use because I'm using the analytics from what I've done before in the past. When it comes to my oils though, my 4 ounces sell the most when I sell them. I don't sell 4 ounces a lot. I don't give them the option. So my 8 ounce, actually my 16 ounce sells more than my 8 ounce when it comes to my oils. I know that based off of my analytics and I'm looking at my numbers. When it comes to my scrubs, my 12 ounces sell more than my 4 and my 8. So how many of those would I need to sell a month? How much do they cost? This is going to tell you where the money resides because this number at the bottom is going to change, right? This is important. These are your expenses. So my expenses would be, my ConvertKit is $29 a month. But I think I went to an annual plan for Black Friday. So I don't think that's it. But what you would do is if you pay for something annually, you would break that annual amount by 12 and it would reside here. 12 payments, or actually it could be 1 payment for the year, right? But you would break this here and then it would give you your total amount that you paid for that annual. If you pay a monthly fee, I pay $6 a month for Solo, which is an app that I use for my Instagram links. That's $6 a month. So all of the expenses, my Shopify website would go here. All of your expenses goes here. I just bought CMOS. It came in yesterday. So how much do I spend on CMOS for the year? So all of your expenses goes here. This is important because if your dollar amount is 5,000, right? And you are making 4,300, but you have 10,000 in expenses, you're only making 33,000. So this revenue minus your expenses is going to tell you what you're really making. And if you're in the red, this is how far off the mark you are from your goal. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes to figure that out. Okay. And it doesn't have to be exact. We're just I'm just putting this in. I want you to understand what your money really looks like. So when it comes to your money plan, you just want to make sure that your money plan, when you're looking at your expenses and you're looking at your revenue, that your expenses are way lower than your revenue, because you're going to take your expense line and subtract it from your revenue. And at the very bottom, it's going to tell you if you're going to hit your goal by the end of the year or not. So you might have to shift some things, change some things. You may have to look at the calendar and say, look, I need another type of event, because the event I'm thinking about doing is not going to get me to that revenue goal. Or I've got to talk to too many people to get to that. So I've got to adjust my price point, because I can sell the same thing at $10 that I can at $100. The effort is the same. So it doesn't matter. If I sell it to 10 people at 10, I only make 100. But if I sell it to 10 people at 100, I made 1,000. The effort doesn't change. So maybe the product needs to change, and the product needs to change based off of who I serve, how I serve them, and what problems I slay or what benefits I deliver. So once you go back to that original model, it'll really start to help you understand, I got to focus more time on my calendar on these type of events, because these events are going to give me more bang for my buck. And that's a business structure change. Like, you're going to see your business structure like move in a different way. And that's okay. It should. If you want to make more money, your business needs to change. And you don't owe anyone an explanation when it does. You don't have to send out an email. You ain't got to send out an alert. You ain't got to let people know that things are moving, price and change. You ain't got to tell them nothing. All you got to do is go online, change that price point, and hit save. Because McDonald's don't tell us when the fries goes up. They don't let us know when they take something off the menu. They don't. So why do you feel like you have to like tell everything about the internal workings of your business? Your business should change with this money plan, because you're going to see what works. And when you see what doesn't work, you may be deleting some things off your calendar because it doesn't make sense anymore. All right. All righty. So we are done with this workshop. I want to make sure that you understand that your business is going to change based off of what you find inside of this money plan. This money plan is going to highlight the things that are working well for your business, but it's also going to highlight the things that are not working well for your business. So make sure that you honor what the numbers say, because the numbers don't lie. The numbers are going to tell you if you're spinning your wheels and wasting time. It's also going to tell you what you need to pay more attention to and spend more time devoted to. And it's also going to tell you what's going to give you the most bang for your buck. So really honor the money plan. Follow and honor the time that you've created for yourself on your calendar, right? Because that's going to keep you from creating anxiety and stress in your business as you grow your legacy in your businesses. Alrighty, I'm Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva. Thank you all so much for joining, and I will see you later in these internet streets. Peace.